Today we're going to be looking at the SEC versus the CFTC. Exactly how big are these two organizations? The SEC and the CFTC have become locked down in a battle of king of the hill in terms of who controls what in the world of crypto. Today we're going to be taking a look at who's behind these agencies and how much power do they have. Sometimes the devil you know is better than the devil you don't. Let's get it. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto. My name is Ben. Today we're going to be tackling the SEC, and I ain't talking about Georgia football. So the SEC is considerably bigger than the CFTC. The SEC, of course, the Security Exchange Commission. The CFTC, the Commodities and Futures Trading Commission. Now, both of these two organizations have a budget given from Congress to spend every year. The SEC dwarfs the CFTC in budget. We're talking about a huge difference. The SEC about $2.1 billion, and the CFT a measly $365 million. But another big difference on why that's so dramatically different is the SEC has about 6 times the amount of employees the CFTC does. Now, there's been a lot of controversy surrounding some of the SEC employees. They like to play hooky in their cushy job. And politician Tom Member, well, he doesn't exactly like that. The SEC peak staff is at a mere 7%. They hardly have anybody working there these days. So if there's hardly anybody working there, they're way understaffed, then where's the hundreds of millions and billions of dollars going to? Now, the SEC itself is pretty wide across the United States. It's in 25 different states, and the CFTC is only in about half that number with 13 states. So let's talk about the difference in leadership or lack thereof. The chairman of the SEC is, of course, Dirty Gary Gensler, who spent 18 years entrenched with Goldman Sachs. He also spent time as the chair of the CFTC during the Obama years, specifically during the Obama years where they made a lot of progress towards market reform. Now, we know that Gary Gensler has a deep understanding of crypto. He taught a course at MIT on blockchain, and if you've ever watched that course, he definitely knows it pretty well. And he feels like the current security laws are totally sufficient for crypto, even though they were created before the first computer. Think about that. Now, clearly, Gary Gensler specifically believes Bitcoin is a commodity. It's a bit of a maxi. He also tends to think almost all altcoins are securities. So let's go over to the CFTC with Rosin Benham. He's the current chair of the CFTC and has strong experience in the finance and agricultural sectors. He's previously a senior counsel to U.S. Senator Debbie Stabenow. Now, one of his first moves as the acting commissioner of CFTC was the creation of the Climate-Related Market Risk Committee. His main goal was to examine how climate change has affected the economy. He's shown a clear intent to continue the ESG framework. And this focus, well, it's got the potential to turn disastrous, specifically for proof of work and Bitcoin mining as this debate heats up. Speaking at DC FinTech Week, CFTC Chairman Rosin Benham said he feels that the agency is finally ready to oversee much of the crypto markets, and he wants to see big changes in the way that governments interact with crypto. Now, with legislation coming up, like the Lummis-Gillibrand Responsible Innovation Act, the CFTC would have new expanded territory over digital assets, leaving the SEC, well, with limited oversight. Might be another way that's happening quicker than they know, but we'll talk about that another time. Now, the CFTC is certainly not perfect, but most people consider it, including myself, to be miles better than the SEC. One thing that has gotten a lot of people in crypto upset is UkiDAO. It's a decentralized autonomous organization, but the CFTC went after them for selling illegal commodities and futures. Very interesting case. We'll have to continue to see how this works out. But with Gensler leading the SEC, using a retroactive and unclear regulatory approach, people built up a hunger for leadership in crypto that can clear pathways in blockchain innovation. But one thing's for sure, neither one is perfect. We got to keep both of these agencies on a close watch and make sure that your voice is heard and really makes a difference in the future of crypto. If you want to find out more about what we're doing with policy and regulation here at BitBoy Crypto, we've got a link down below for you guys, or maybe up above, where you guys can go and check out our policy Discord. We have a lot of big announcements coming there soon. That's all I got. Be blessed. BitBoy out.